Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another wonderful episode of Singhania Quest Plus Ed Talks. Today, we have someone very wonderful, someone that I personally look up to. He is none other than Mr. Anirudh Gupta, who is a leading edupreneur, CEO of the renowned D.C.M Group of Schools, an eminent writer, and an enthusiastic social worker. He is a speaker at various national and international forums on diverse topics like Industrial Revolution 4.0, school education sector, safety and security in schools, and various other topics. He has been endowed with prestigious awards like Educational Entrepreneur of the Year, National Education Excellence Award, National Award for Excellence in Education, Indian Award for Excellence in Education, Young Entrepreneur Award, Most Distinguished Leader of 2018. My dear friends, the list is endless. He is also the chairman of Global Edupreneurs Alliance, chairman of the Firozpur Sahodaya Schools Complex, senior vice president of the Independent Schools Federation of India, and many more. He is also a member of the American Society of Civil Engineers based out of USA. He heads the North Chair of FICCI Arise, which is a collegium of leading stakeholders who represent different facets of school education in India. Mr. Gupta is also an eminent writer. He has already written hundreds of photo features and articles for various newspapers and magazines, including the PTI, the Tribune, and he regularly speaks at various national and international forums. Believe me, we are blessed to have him here today. Thank you so much, Mr. Gupta, for taking time out and coming to this platform. We are really grateful to you, sir. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Brajesh. The pleasure is all mine.
It's indeed, and we are looking forward to a wonderful session, sir. So I would straight away want to pick your brain, sir. You are such an accomplished person. Then how did you get motivated to enter into the education space? What excited you about education and create such a wonderful chain of schools, sir?
Thank you, Brajesh. Frankly speaking, initially it was more of an accident. However, taking you back to 1946 when my maternal grandfather had established first of its kind privately managed school in India. So we are in fact 75 years old and this happens to be a Platinum Jubilee group. Fine. So after my grandfather, who had a vision to open quality schools all over India, so unfortunately, his health didn't support him, and then my mother took over, and she had been single-handedly, managing the entire work and home front for almost 3 decades. So subsequently, being the only child in the family, I was doing engineering. I specialized in environmental engineering, but it was more of a commitment to carry forward the legacy, the more of to, help her out. However, the journey from the day one has been exciting. The more I got deeper into this K-12 segment, I realized, there was a dire need to bring a lot of professionalism, a lot of restructuring, rebooting. So initially from a reluctant start to now, I breathe education, I think education, I walk education. So anything, to do with education, particularly with K-12 segment, it always excites me, and I'm ready to move out my comfort zone at any point of time for that.
Wow, that's amazing. What an inspirational journey, sir. Thank you so much for sharing that. And heartiest congratulations on the Platinum Jubilee. So my dear viewers who are watching this, there can't be a better success story. Something that started us as a cause for 4 to 5 years has eventually become a mission for life. So heartiest congratulations on what you have done and the way you support young entrepreneurs, sir. That's been wonderful. Now, sir, I would love to know, you are the esteemed CEO of the renowned D.C.M Group of Institutions, a huge name in North India. A visionary leader who has inspired many people to follow in your footsteps. I'm sure over the past 3 decades, you must have noticed a lot of changes in the education space, sir. What is the most significant change that you have seen in the last decade or so that you feel is for the good for this particular country?
Brajesh, there's a lot good what has happened to this industry. People who were shy of technology, who were not so tech savvy. So the technology has become the driver and technology has become the compulsion. So I think the technology has brought a lot of good to the education sector. And last year we also saw a new national education policy coming after virtually 34 years. I think that has also brought a new dimension, and people are now thinking about what all reforms they can bring in this particular sector and what all changes they need to bring into the scheme of things to align their operations in sync with the provisions of the NEP. So recently, CBSE and Anurag Thakur, the Minister for Sports, they have taken a step forward, and sports is also now an integral part of education. So I see that a shift from rote learning, memorization, to a more child-centric approach, a project-based learning approach. Fine. So there is a gradual shift. I am very optimistic that a lot of good is going to happen to the school education. As I was talking about the career avenues, earlier there was a very linear and a stereotyped view of the parents and the society. Now I see there are a whole lot of avenues, from children getting into aviation, hospitality, nuclear physics, ethical hacking, mobile app development, and financial literacy. So a lot of these avenues have opened up for the students. So a lot of good is happening, and the changes are very, very positive changes. They are long-lasting changes, and they are happening for the better future of the children.
Brilliant answer. I don't think anybody could have articulated it better. So my dear viewers, 3 takeaways from Sir's answer. One is technology is a must. It is of paramount importance. They say technology cannot replace a teacher, but good technology in the hands of a good teacher can do miracles. Absolutely wonderfully said, sir. One. Second is career avenues. It is not necessary that your children have to become doctors, engineers anymore. In fact, sir, I would like to share. I was talking to one of the students a week back. He said, sir, I want to be a YouTuber, which is a very, very good thought, that we come across the students now who are basically aspiring to become something very different. And that's a wonderful use of technology put into place, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Moving on to the next question. Now, sir, there's a rising trend in kids to learn skill-based programs. For example, coding is a recent example that we're seeing, and many schools have already started including it in their curriculum. However, when I look at India as a country, we are very diverse in terms of our socioeconomic backgrounds, in terms of reach, in terms of geography. How do you think it is practical or feasible to implement such programs across the length or the breadth of the country, sir? And what are the steps that we can take slowly towards a long-term roadmap to ensure that such courses are implemented across the country?
Okay, Brajesh, India is the largest education sector in the world. Every child, every school is not privileged to have the access to the gadgets and to the technology. So we have to prepare the children, we have restructured the IT curriculum in schools. Now Python is a very, very important, language to study. However, it will take some time, for these kind of learning, to reach out to the every single child.
Brilliant, sir. So as they say, a small step is always what is important. So you spoke about sports. I would like to delve a little deeper on that. In fact, apart from sports, extracurricular activities like sports, dance, photography, do you think they play an active role in learning development in children? And what is the appropriate age that such courses should be included? Basically, I'm trying to bring the focus on holistic learning, because sometimes parents feel academics is the end all and be all of everything in life. So what message do you have for parents on how important is holistic education and how children should be encouraged, not only for sports, but dance, music, and other skills? So
Brajesh, you see, schooling and education are two separate concepts. So my belief is that at the end of grade 12, when the child has completed its schooling, fine, if you subtract this curriculum knowledge, this subject knowledge from the child's personality, whatever is left with the child is what education is. This curriculum or these, subjects, they are just one aspect of education. And, what is beyond this curriculum is, the confidence, the personality, the awareness, music, ability to sing, ability to dance, the oratory skills, speaking at various public forums, understanding of financial literacy, a good aptitude towards the health, the values. So all these things, like photography, we have seen, some of the kids, they have been brilliant. They have been scoring, almost 100% marks. Fine. But when they go on further in their career or, get into business or jobs,
Right.
They are not able to speak. They are not expressive. They are not good communicators. So that is not education.
Right.
Fine. So we have to understand that, everything from environment to photography to have good understanding of music, the ability to sing, ability to dance, ability to paint, the financial literacy, the legal literacy, and on the top of it, the values. If we are thinking of, holistic personality, everything is of paramount importance. And I will like to sum it up with saying that education is a combination of knowledge, skills, and attitude. KSA. Otherwise, education is incomplete.
Brilliant, sir. So, parents, a wonderful message for all of us. Education is KSA, and remember, value system eventually are of paramount importance. That is the base on which the building is going to be built. So, if the base is not strong, the building is not going to be strong. So, moving to the last question for the day, sir. We spoke about the NEP a short while back. While the implementation of the NEP is a huge challenge in a country like us, it is important that one of the key stakeholders, teachers, are very actively involved in this. So, how important do you think teacher training is going to be going forward, sir? Because of technological advancements, now thankfully, because the disruption has come on its own, how important it is for the teachers to upgrade themselves, and what role could the schools play in educating teachers or training teachers more?
It's not the way forward, it's the only way forward.
Right.
If we want that, this NEP should be implemented in its true letter and spirit, I think first of all, we have to ensure that our teachers possess it all. Our teachers will be able to deliver to the students, only when they themselves possess all these qualities, which actually we are expecting students to imbibe. Fine. However, we are expecting a lot of things from the teachers for which they have not been formally trained. Teachers training area has not been given adequate and due importance. I think the only solution is to empower our teachers, and they need to learn, unlearn and relearn. So we need to empower teachers, we need to train them, we need to guide them, we need to mentor them, we need to support them so that, we can have a happy school, a happy environment. Only if the teachers are passionate teachers, they are skilled teachers. So I think it's extremely important.
Brilliant. As they say, teaching is a profession which has so many intangible benefits, like the blessings of children, students, parents, the regard that you get, the respect that you get is unmatchable across professions. Thank you so much for your time, sir. I believe me, the parents that are listening today, the teachers and the principal that are going to listen to this interview, there can't be a better roadmap for all of you. There can't be better action points. They say speaking to a wise man for a few minutes is much better than reading 1,000 books. And we have experienced that today, sir. We can't be thankful enough. We can't be grateful enough. Thank you for sparing time.
And thank you, Brajesh, for your kind words. It was absolute pleasure. And I look forward to, a lot of young edupreneurs like you, because if India needs, something else other than good quality teachers, other than good environment in schools, I think we need, very dynamic leaders. So speed of the engine is the speed of the train. If we have good leaders, I think everything will fall in place.
Thank you so much, sir. Please keep blessing us always. Thank you.